Instead of repeating what is already existing, he's developing a hunger to test the reality. Buongiorno, today we will talk about being out there. Leonardo da Vinci's artwork is open a fantastic world for us, but it goes beyond the first impressions. We are drawn in a world beyond the obvious beauty. We are getting pretty soon the feeling how fantastic our own reality is and could be. Leonardo da Vinci's outstanding skill is perhaps not to get caught up in his own imagination, but to use his imagination to really catch the reality. He once said, "The greatest deception men suffer is from their own opinions." I think this is really a great quote. In a time of superstition, it is outstanding that Leonardo was fascinated by the reality. When you look at Leonardo's surrounding, it was a world full of different and fighting opinions. There was never a peace of mind in those times. Facts were a matter of interpretation, and as good as nothing was an accurate reflection of the reality. It was easy in those times to get caught up in deceptions and beliefs without thinking or even challenging them. This was something that was not wished to overthink too much. Leonardo's skill was to stay real through self-indication and the testing of the inner and outer world for a reality. His art is the expression of this balance that could be what could be and what is real. He was always willing to test his imagination and philosophical construct through observation and experiences that he made in the reality. As much as he put into thinking, analyzing and constructing in his art, he used every opportunity to engage those ideas with their reality, to hear opinions, to test the thing if they would really work out. The world was for him a sandbox to test his thoughts. His life was a search for proof. He constructed willingly situations and relations around him to use them as an opportunity to discover and test his unique talents. There is one story that he invited really ridiculous people to see how they are laughing, to put this later on in his art. He never oversaw even the most random chance as a site to develop himself and his art. This is perhaps why his art is so excellent and meaningful to us, because he always accepted the extra mile of work that was going beyond assuming and just imagining. One, I think, of those works that represents this the best is Mona Lisa. Her representation is a perfect balance between what a woman could be, the highest possible beauty, and what a woman is in our world. How is really a woman constructing? How is she sitting? How is she breathing? It is a perfect balance between imagination and reality. To achieve this perfect balance, Leonardo is not only using his thinking, but mainly his work. Works that are too fantastic, like the never finished gigantic horse statue, are proving the limit of the artist's ambition, and failed works that are too realistic, like just the plumbing or being the entertainer at Morris Castle, are proving that the artist should always live up to his potential. In testing the scale between what could be and what is existing, Leonardo's is really reaching the best possible artistic outcome. His genius is in the mixture between empiric and rationalistic thinking and the approach to allow his potential to live up to the fullest. Instead of repeating what is already existing, he's developing a hunger to test the reality. He's stretching the already existing work, editing the impossible and testing it to grow and to develop. It is a self-indication in which imagination is used to discover the reality, and reality to inspire his imagination.